Hey, parents and families. I just wanted to, well, I guess I didn't want to, but this is going to be my curriculum video for music. My name is Mrs. Thomas. You might see on like some of my emails or Canvas information that it says music slash NIPE, where it says KNIPE. That is my maiden name. I got married over the summer, and so I'm transitioning to having the kids call me Thomas, Mrs. Thomas, but I have not, because of COVID, all the Social Security offices are closed. So I have yet to officially change my name. So on official documents like that and on Canvas, you will see NIPE as well as with my email. But I try to put NIPE hyphen Thomas just so you kind of know who I am. So there's a little bit of clarification on that. A little bit about me. I graduated from Ohio State. Oh, wow. 4 years ago. It's not even very long, but it is for me a little bit. I taught in Columbus City for a little bit. And then last year I had the chance to work with Diana Nicholas over at Station and Aaron Broadhurst at Memorial doing band and orchestra. Had a great time, had a wonderful time. And this year we moved some people around. And so right close to the end of the year, fortunately for her, I suppose, Mrs. Wilkinson was able to do the online Hilliard Online Academy. And so her position here opened up for the year. So in early August, I figured out I would be here with little elementary school kids, and I have absolutely had a wonderful time with your students. We're rotating a little bit differently this year. So normally I would see every kid every week, and it would be, I would see your student once a week, and maybe it was every Tuesday I would be with that class at 1 o'clock or what have you. This year, we're doing a little bit differently for COVID safety. We are rotating based on either 6 weeks or 9 weeks. So third, first, and second grade rotate on 9 weeks. And I'm filming this in week 5, which I can't believe it's already 5 weeks already. But so once those 9 weeks are up, they will move to either art, phys ed, or Spanish. And we're on a 9-week rotation through the rest of the year, which is unfortunate because I only get to see them for 9 weeks, but I get to see them every day, which is amazing. And then kindergarten, 4th and 5th grade are rotating on 6 weeks. So because they don't have Spanish. So once we rotate through those 6 weeks, it should be about winter break. And then in the spring, we'll do our rotation again. So I will get to see those students for a second 6-week rotation, which is still shocking that even my 6 weeks with them is up next Friday. Is crazy to me. But that's a little bit how the specials are working this year. If you have any questions, we do have a question and answer, which will be Wednesday, the 29th from 6:45 to about 7:15, 7:30. We'll hop on, and if you have any questions, all the special teachers will be together. So if you have a question for all of us can answer it. Or if you have a question for just one of us, we can drop out into small Zooms and meet with you personally. So to get to our curriculum part, based on the different grade levels, we're doing these things appropriately for their context and their understanding, but we're doing all of them with all grade levels, which is super cool. And so some different grade levels, I do things a little bit differently, or I choose different characteristics and different standards for those grade levels specifically. But these ones, pretty much we're doing them within all grade levels. So we're responding to music, whether that looks like listening to a song and drawing me a picture of what that feels like, or listening to music and telling me what's the tempo of that music, how does that music make you feel, what does that music remind you of, where could that music be from. All of those ways are different things we can do to respond to music. We are doing so many rhythms, and I'm so proud of your kiddos because they are very good at them. So when we're talking about rhythms, we're talking about like quarter notes and eighth notes. Now in elementary school, we call them like tas and TTs. Instead of counting them like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and if you're not a music parent, don't worry about it. Okay. I hope I don't say anything that's over your head, but please let me know if you have any questions about what we're talking about. But they're doing amazing at rhythms. Every day we talk about rhythms, from basics with our kindergarten students to visually introducing the note to the first time, to all the way up to my 5th graders who are composing their own rhythms and listening to them. I believe it's second all the way up, we are also listening to the rhythms and deciding what that would look like if it was in written notation, which is different because usually in class I give them written notation and they have to figure out what it is and then make it sound out loud for me. So it kind of depends based on their grade level, which way we view those different systems. And also within rhythms, we're also talking about different musical characteristics of a song, about the melody, about the harmony, about the tempo, which is how fast or how slow the song is. All of those things we're talking about, not necessarily on a daily basis, but should be things that your students should recognize once they leave this grade level and move on to the next one. With our third and fourth graders, I am so geeked, and for the most part, they're pretty geeked too. We get to do recorders, which is amazing. I'm going to talk to my classes that are on like a winter music rotation because we got permission from Mr. Buckman, and I'm so excited that when we do recorders, we are outside. And so we're reading music, we're playing an instrument for some of us for the first time. And so to be able to make a positive sound out of ourselves, to be able to practice on our own, all of these are very new subjects for a lot of us. And so we're looking at the winter months and what that might be. Our guesstimation is that I will record videos myself. And then if we are in hybrid, those would be things that your kiddo could practice at home. Because currently those who are doing music have the opportunity to either send me their videos through Canvas or to play in class for me for their little, we do what's called recorder karate. It's super cute. If you see them with like different ribbons on the ends of their recorders, that's because they've played certain songs for me and I've decided they're proficient enough to move on to the next one. So I think in the winter time, I'm going to have my lessons online, and then they would submit their songs via Canvas and I would still give them ribbons, but we just can't play recorder in class without our masks on, like the whole air thing. So if we're able to go outside and maybe it's a mild winter, then that would be wonderful. But thinking it won't be, we'll do a different system for that. With my other kids, though, we're looking at instruments. We're looking at, my second graders have xylophones on their laptops or on their iPads, sorry. They can play at home. I have other instruments, one that's called a boom whacker, which is just a big old tube and the kid can hit it on the floor and it makes a sound. And those I can clean and easily travel with. I have also with our iPads, there's so many instruments and I'm so grateful we have the iPads because on GarageBand, there are different guitars we can play. With the little ones, we're gonna learn the guitar part to our opening song so they could play it for you at home and sing beautifully for you. My third and fourth graders get their recorder, and my fifth graders, even currently right now as I'm speaking, they are making their own song online. So we're now moving into like the digital aspect of music creation, and how they're able to do that is so cool from their iPads. I can't believe the technology we have right now. But going from reading music to creating music to playing music is such an interesting time for them. We're also looking at solfege, and what that does. So if you ever know the song like, "Oh, a deer, a female deer, Ray, a drop of golden sun," that's solfege, right? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So we do that with our younger kids to really focus on the notes and focus on being in pitch correctly, but also how the different notes relate to each other. So if you hear your kids singing songs like with words that you don't understand, that's probably what they're doing. We're also looking at in different ways, we're looking at voices. So my kindergartners were talking about what's the difference between a whisper and your singing voice, or how is your talking voice different from your yelling voice? So being able to differentiate those, even at the beginning of the year, my first graders did that with me to kind of review, what kind of voice do we use to sing? What kind of voice do we use when we're out on the playground? What kind of voice do we use when we're talking to a friend in a movie and we're asking for popcorn? All those things are very new for them. But with the fifth graders, we're talking, what voice parts would you use in a choir? Would you sing soprano or alto or tenor or bass? What categories would you sing in? Or the other day we listened to different artists and said, what voice part do you think Mariah Carey would be? Or what voice part do you think Barry White would be? Which if you don't know who he is, you should listen to him. He's a very low bass player. He's very cool. so we do voice things at different age groups. And I have on my sticky note again to talk about iPads and instruments, which is incredible. I can't imagine. I've seen music teachers that have saran wrapped their xylophones to like move them around to different rooms. Or some classes that districts that can't use instruments at all. And what we have on our iPads is really quite incredible. So if your kiddo comes home and they say, "Oh, look at my xylophone, I can play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star on my xylophone," that's really awesome. And it's something that they can have. They can take it home. They can practice it when they want. So we are very, very blessed having our iPads in our hands every day. I'm sure there are dozens more curriculum things I'm missing out on, but I am having such a wonderful time with your kiddos. Please let me know if you have any questions about anything I've talked about or anything else that could be happening in our space. We don't sing a lot. We sing our welcome song, and then with my kindergartners, we sing our goodbye song. But the goal is that we're not singing much, and the goal is to not really sing at all in the music space, just for air circulation and airflow. So we're doing quite a different music time than I even was used to in school. We're listening to things, we're talking about things, we're dancing to things, we're playing music games with things while I press play on the projector so that we can have the music behind us. We're really blessed in the ways that we can use our space and the ways that we can use our technology. So thank you again so much. My name is Mrs. Thomas. And if I don't have your student right now, I guarantee I will have them through our rotation. So please feel free to watch not only my video, but also the phys ed video, the art video, and the Spanish video, because, well, Spanish video for 1, 2, and 3, because your student will rotate through those videos. And I believe we're only having one curriculum night. I could be wrong, but I believe that we only have one curriculum night in the beginning of the school year. So please let me know. In a couple weeks, we will be having conferences. And so please let me know if you would like to schedule a time. I would love to talk with you. I have been so welcomed by the kiddos, and we have had such a great time together that I'm sure if you want to have a conference with me, I will have nothing but great things to say. But please let me know if you have any questions or concerns. We'll be here on Wednesday, the 29th, from 6:45 to 7:30 for any specials questions that you have. And if I can't answer them, hopefully somebody else on my team will. And if not, we will send them up the chain. So thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. And it's been a blessing to have your kiddos. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.